You live.
Hi guys, and welcome to MotorBeam. We are live here today, and before I start, I'm going to tell you a few things. We are going to be running a contest where what you have to do is go to your own Facebook profile and just write a comment that why do you like MotorBeam, and you need to tag our Facebook page at MotorBeam and also hashtag MotorBeam contest. We're going to put this in the comment section below, so it's easy for you to enter. And the top 10 comments are going to win MotorBeam goodie bags, which consists of our stickers and t-shirts. So what is happening at MotorBeam headquarters? Well, I'll show you around the office. So here these guys are working. Well, not everybody is at work today. So Ari, say hi to the camera.
Hi. Hey guys.
So he's working on the script of our next video. Karan is a guy who shoots our videos. I don't know why he sits with his cameras at work. So tell us something, Karan, what are you going to work on next?
So we'll be shooting the pulses on the 9th in Chakan, and now that we are live, I would suggest you guys give me suggestions as to what you want to see, maybe certain kinds of shots, and we'll see if we can get that done.
Come on guys, tell Karan which kind of shot you want to see with the pulsars.
Yeah, waiting for it.
They want you to do a wheelie as well as stoppie simultaneously. Just kidding. And here we are in the edit room, and he's our video editor, our primary main video editor. His name is Bebas. Tell hi to Bebas.
Hi, hello.
So what are you editing on, Bebas?
I'm just doing Dominar 400.
Dominar versus KTM?
KTM 390, yeah.
Okay, this is, show us something cool, right? Show us something cool.
Yeah, have a look.
Okay, nice slow motion of the Dominar. Look at that suspension.
Yeah.
And what else is coming up? Please tell us, Bebas. You cannot reveal it, right? I know he cannot reveal it. So you guys have to wait, and you have to wait. Just hit the subscribe button. You'll come to know soon. Bebas is a big fan of Royal Enfield bikes. Which bike do you have?
Machismo 500.
Acha, why do you like this bike?
I love it.
What
Only
is?
I love it.
But why do you like that? Why do you love the bike?
The feeling is really awesome.
Metal body.
Yeah.
Every
like me.
People like KTM. You're wearing KTM colors. You are wearing KTM colors.
No. I don't like KTM. Okay. I like only.
You are editing KTM and saying you don't like KTM.
This is my profession. What can I do?
Okay guys, for all of you guys who want to see something on Royal Enfield, hit a thumbs up. We are going to come up with a video on Royal Enfield really soon, and trust me, it's going to be awesome. So this is what people are doing, and now I am going to be answering some of your questions. So a lot of people have been asking questions. Just make sure the camera is. It's good.
Good.
Okay, so little up, camera up, slide there. It's fine now. Okay guys, so people asking questions now. This question which I've been asked again and again is about the 2017 KTM RC390. We did a video where I said that the next generation, the second generation of the RC390 is going to be launched later this year. What is exactly going to happen, what are going to be the changes, I'll tell you just now. So the 2018 RC390 is going to debut at the ICMA motorcycle show in Milan around November 2017, and the changes are going to be similar to the 2017 Duke 390, which means that it's going to get that new cool instrument cluster. There are going to be many other changes to make the bike more refined. Power is going to remain more or less the same, and most importantly, it's going to get a lot more features. It's going to be sharper in handling. It's going to be also more bearable in the city. So that's the change on the 2017 KTM RC390. Next week we are shooting the 2017 Pulsars. So all 6 of them, right from the 135, 150, 180, 200, 220, as well as the RS200, the 200NS and the RS200. The 200NS has been launched, and we're going to be riding it out on the track. Out of the 6 pulsars, which pulsar do you want us to ride? Please leave it in the comment section below. Which pulsar should we review? And people asking when is the Acula coming? The Acula will be coming around April. Should be priced around rupees 2 lakhs. 2017 Duke 390. The launch is later this month, which is last week of this month or the first week of March. Yamaha isn't coming up with anything new. the R15 version 3 that's going to be launched in the second half of this year around Diwali, somewhere around October, November. Nothing is confirmed again. Dominar versus RS200 for city use for a college student. I would suggest go for the Dominar. Much better bike. I mean, at least much more value for money. 200 NS review that's going to come for sure around next week. Yeah, I think the RC looks better than the Dominar. R25 with FZ25 engine not happening. They're just going to keep the R3 on sale and hopefully it will get ABS later this year. NS200 has been launched. The pricing is out. It's a soft launch. They haven't done any formal event for it. We will be reviewing the FZ25 later this month or max to max next month. Apache 200 versus R15S. We heard you. We are going to do that really soon. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see a drag race or do you want to see a comparison video? Dominar or Classic 350, we'll do a video on that as well. Let's do a drag race with the Dominar and the Classic 350. You've already seen a glimpse of what happens in a Dominar 400 review. Renegade Commando, I wouldn't recommend you buy that bike, at least not now, because quality levels aren't that great. You're better off buying a Dominar or even a Royal Enfield. SG25 versus 200 NS, we will be doing that. We will also do it with the Apache 200. Unicorn 150 versus Pulsar 150. You're talking about the AS 150 or the regular Pulsar 150. I think the Unicorn is a better motorcycle. Duke 200 2017 will be launched end of this month or max to max early next month. Old RC390 versus new RC390, the changes aren't that drastic to actually compare them because performance is the same. The new model is slightly more refined and it complies with BS4 emission norms. Bentley TNT25 or Bajaj Dominar 400 any day the Dominar. The TNT25 doesn't have a refined engine, plus Bentley service isn't that great. Yamaha will not update the R3 anytime soon. They do plan to give it updates, but again that's at least a year away from the Indian market. Duke is good for tall riders 6 feet 2 inches. So I am 6 feet 2 inches and I ride a Duke 390 and I am quite comfortable with it. I have raised the seat height slightly by putting this foam seat which is soft, otherwise the seat itself is very hard. Price of new RC200 is almost rupees 2 lakhs on road Mumbai. Nothing coming from Honda at all. Honda is sleeping. They don't plan to launch any bike, at least not in the performance segment. So if you are planning to buy a CBR, you have to do with the 4-year-old CBR 250R. There is no CBR 250R RR for India. 2018 RC390 is going to get a lot of changes similar to the 2017 Duke 390. We will do the Apache 200 versus the Yamaha R15S. Okay, someone has a silly question. Okay, somebody wants fanboy videos. We are coming up with fanboy videos. I kid you not, we are coming up with very interesting fanboy videos, and they're going to make you laugh so much you're going to fall off your chair. Duke 200 new and old model. Yes, there are changes. It's not similar to the 2017 Duke 390, but it gets some treatment on the front headlight to make it look, like a split headlight. I think the RC looks much better. Dominar 400 or Duke 390. There's a video which is coming up this week. 5 reasons you should buy the Dominar 400 over the Duke 390. We did a video of 5 reasons why you should buy the Duke 390 over the Dominar 400. So we're going to be doing vice versa, and that's what is on the edit right now. How do you convince your father for an RC200? Be a nice boy, score good marks in your exams, and probably just press his legs, like do some maskagiri. Carburetor FI version of the Apache for daily use, either will do. There's not a drastic difference with the FI, and especially if you're not going in a hilly region where cold starts will be an issue, I would suggest go for the carbureted model. TNT 300 or R3, you should be comparing that with their faired bike which is coming soon, the 302, which is the full faired version of the TNT 300. But I think the R3 is slightly better, although the Bentley is going to get ABS. AS200 and AS150 discontinued because they didn't sell well in the market. AS200 is being replaced by the 200 NS. AS150 did not work at all, so probably they're going to get the 160 NS. Dominar 400 versus CBR 250R. So we are going to do a video on why you should buy a Dominar 400 over the CBR 250R. That video is going to be coming up later this month. New updates in 2018 RC390 is going to get a new console, slightly revised styling, and better rideability. The engine is going to be much smoother than right now. For city mileage, I think the Dominar 400 will do better than the Bentley TNT 25. Acura 310 is going to come next by April. The launch is going to happen by April, and the G310R will also be launched at the same time from BMW. RCs can be used on a daily basis provided that you are used to the aggressive riding position. Better than Gixxer SF under 1 lakh? I don't think so. Probably if you stretch a bit, it makes more sense to go for a 200cc bike like a Pulsar 200 NS or probably the Apache 200 over the Gixxer SF, unless you want something which is Japanese only. CBR 250R is a very proven motorcycle. Dominar 400 is a new bike, but we have seen that some mechanicals are shared with the Duke 390, so I don't think there's going to be any issue on the reliability front. So if you're looking to buy either of those bikes, you're good to go. Duke 390 2017 pricing is yet to be announced, and I know, Sagar, that you are tall and you want comfort. So Dominar excels on that front, but the Duke is going to be a Duke, right? It's going to offer much more performance and technology. So if you can, spend that bit like around 60,000 more, then the Duke is a bike to buy. No news about the Gixxer 250. I doubt Suzuki is going to launch anything. They did launch something globally, the GSX R250, and that has the same engine as the Inazuma. It's going to be expensive because they're going to get it through the CKD route, so it doesn't make sense. Personally, suggestion between R15S or Apache 200, I would personally pick the R15. I think that's a much better motorcycle. No, the G310R will not be priced aggressively to take on the Dominar. Instead, the G310 will be priced to take on the KTM Duke 390. So expect it to be priced around rupees 2.5 lakhs. R3 will not get ABS anytime soon. It is expected to get ABS later this year. Expected price of Acula is around rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, 821 or Z800. I would suggest opt for the Ducati, provided that you have good service around your area. If you're living in a city where there is no Ducati service, avoid the Ducati. Problem is that Kawasaki service is also not that great currently because they're still expanding the network. R15 V2 is good to buy right now, but we'll do a video on why you shouldn't buy an R15. FZ25 or Dominar, I would suggest the Dominar with ABS, of course. They didn't give ABS in RC200 because the price difference between the RC200 and RC390 is already very less, and when they would give ABS, then the price difference would become further less and nobody would buy the RC200. NS200's new laser edged color scheme is nice. It looks decent in person, but I like the plain color schemes, the original ones which the NS200 was launched with. Madan wants to know if Dominar is better in cornering. It is good to corner. It's not a cornering machine as such. If you want to just corner hard, then you should get the RC. New Ninja 650 is going to be launched in the next couple of months. Mileage of Apache 200 is 35 km per liter. 400 to 500 km touring in Hornet 160R is quite possible, but I would suggest the Gixxer SF instead. RC200 or Duke 200, wait for the 2017 Duke 200. Someone is 17 and wants to buy an RC390, sorry, a Duke 390, and lives in America. Yeah, you should totally go for it. So Bhubaneswar, no Ducati service, Kawasaki service sucks. You really want to go so far to service your bike, what other options do you have? Probably you should get the RC390, but if your budget is that much, I think you should also look at Triumph. RS200 update is already happened. It's hit the showrooms. You can see that they have this blue color, which is very similar to the R series colors from Yamaha. Duke 390 launch, 2017 Duke 390 launch is going to happen by the end of this month or latest first week of March. You can take a pillion on the RC, but it's not going to be comfortable. 250 SL Kawasaki is not going to be launched in India anytime soon. FZ25 Duke 200, I would suggest wait for the 2017 Duke 200. TNT 15 is not going to be launched anytime soon. Is it possible to install a fuel meter in Royal Enfield Class A? It is possible, but it's not worth the hassle. FZ25 review, latest by March. TNT 600i is actually one of the best sounding bikes below rupees 10 lakhs. Good action camera for motovlogging under 7,000. There are a lot of options. I think Xiaomi has some options. You can look at that. Honda Jazz or Baleno, what are you looking for? Are you looking for diesel or petrol? Because if you're looking for diesel, we would suggest that you opt for the Jazz. For petrol, I think the Baleno has a better petrol engine. We are trying to reply, guys. There are a lot of comments. It's becoming difficult. Better tires than Metzeler's, Pirelli's. KTM officials have confirmed about the 2018 update for the RCs. Okay, Matt is 16 years old and wants to get an RC390, and he says he doesn't speed up much and is quite matured. if you don't speed up, why buy an RC390? Buy something more comfortable. And since you're in America, there are much more options. Mileage of Dominar 400 between 26 to 30 kilometers per liter. R15 version 3 review depends on when the bike is launched in India, and we expect it to be launched by Diwali. Ride-by-wire cannot be updated on the old RC390. And you have Triumph service, you should definitely go for the Triumph bike. Mileage of RC200 is around 30 kilometers per liter. Fortuner or Endeavour, definitely the Ford Endeavour. Kawasaki 250 SL is not going to be launched in India. iSmart versus Levo versus Victor versus Saluto. I would suggest go for the Victor. It's a great bike. Mileage of Suzuki GS 150R around 45 kilometers per liter, but that bike has been discontinued. Carlino is going to be launched next year. It's going to be the sub 4 meter SUV from Hyundai. RTR 200 or NS 200. If you want speed, definitely the Pulsar. If you want practicality and city riding and overall quality, then the Apache. 5 feet 5 Prathamesh wants to ride an RC390 or a Duke 390 2017. Yes, you can ride very comfortably. Thank you, Sangeeta, for the compliment. A new Swift is going to be launched around May or June. Duke 390 or RC390 2017, definitely the Duke 390. Wait for it. Aprilia SR 150 review. We have done it, right? Honda Jazz or Baleno for value for money. I think the Baleno is more value for money, but there's a lot of waiting right now. Okay, someone wants a bike for 1.6 lakhs, Duke or RS or NS. I would suggest go for the Duke 200, but wait for the 2017 Duke 200. Apache 220 is not coming. You can start on the Duke, you're turning 18, just take it easy with the bike, there's a lot of power. Brezza build is good, it's not as good as say the Ford EcoSport, but for a Maruti car, it's great build quality. KTM RC200 mileage is 30 kilometers per liter. I would suggest go for the Unicorn 150 if you're looking for low maintenance and high fuel efficiency. Price of G310R will be rupees 2.5 lakhs. 2017 Duke 200 is going to get some changes. Mainly the major change is that the engine is going to be much more refined, all the performance is going to be more or less the same. Apache full fairing 200 is not coming. Yes, you can change the AS200 into 200 NS, but that makes no sense because the 200 NS, because the AS200 is better than 200 NS. Price of new Pulsar 200 NS same as the Pulsar AS200, around 96,000 ex showroom Delhi. Best bike under rupees 2 lakhs. Right now I think that's a Dominar 400. Best SUV under 10 lakhs, I think that's the EcoSport. Yes, the Apache 200 is a good bike to ride for 1000 kilometers every day, provided you have the stamina to ride 1000 kilometers a day. G310 is going to be much better than the Z250. Yes, you can get a license. We did a review of the Duke 390 versus Z250, and the 390 is way better. Tall riders can ride the RC390. It has a seat height of 800 mm. I20 of Baleno, I20 for diesel, Baleno for petrol. Launch date of Pulsar RS 400. It's not coming anytime soon. Thank you, Anand, for the compliments. Best bike under 1 lakh for commuter and touring, I think it's still the Pulsar 220. Pulsar RS 400 is not going to be launched anytime soon. Acula 310 by April. Ducati reviews. Which Ducati bike do you want us to review? We will review it. New tires on the RC390 2017. They use the same Metzeler's as before. Good grip. There is no Duke 125 coming in India. There is absolutely no 125cc bike coming from KTM in India because the pricing is going to be high. It uses very high quality components, and just uses a smaller engine is not going to get the price down. RC200 is a very good bike. Kawasaki is going to be launching a lot of bikes by May, so we are getting the Ninja 650 in the next couple of months. I20 or Baleno for long life. I would suggest the I20. The Benelli 600 is better than the Hosung GT650R. CBR 250RR is not available in India and is not going to get available in India anytime soon. Ducati Hyper Motorrad review, we shall try and do it soon. Tourer under rupees 2 lakhs, I think Mojo was a good option, but now it's the Dominar 400. FG25, I can't really comment on the comfort, but you need to wait for a few months. Once we review it, we'll come to know. 6 feet 3 can sit on a Duke 390, not very comfortably. What you need to do is you need to increase the seat height by putting a seat cushion on it. G310, our launch date is April 2017. RS200, how to stop fairing vibration. Have you checked it with Bajaj Service Center? What are they telling you? Tire suggestions for AS200, I would recommend Michelin's or Pirelli's. And if you're on a budget, you should opt for MRFs. Does your bike have Euro grips or Euro slips, how people like to call it? Best hatchback under 5 lakhs, I think that's the Renault Kwid. Someone needs parts for the kinetic blaze. Have you checked online or checked with a local mechanic if he's able to source parts for you? CBR 250R is not the best bike under 2 lakh rupees. I think that's the Dominar 400 because CBR 250R is quite dated right now, and with Dominar you also get a slipper clutch, which makes a lot of difference when you start getting used to it. Transmission oil for the RX 135, we will have to check for that. But hey, thumbs up for riding RX 135. Honda Rebel Cruiser is not coming to India. You can use a KTM RC200 for daily use. Kawasaki H2R, if you get us one bike and we will love to review it. Yamaha M-Slash is not going to be launched in India. R15 version 3 is going to be launched around Diwali, so that's still a lot of weight. RC390 versus Dominar versus Acula versus EBR 250. EBR 250 doesn't exist anymore. EBR went bankrupt and the HX 250 just vanished. Dominar is much more value for money. RC390, if you can afford to pay almost a lakh more, we should definitely recommend you go for the KTM. Pillion seat of the Dominar 400 is very comfortable. Engine oil for Thunderbird, you should go for synthetic oil, see if Motul suits you. Kwid AMT is a good car to buy, nice automatic, well priced as well. Yamaha i3 Acra, you need to get an Acra Povik exhaust. There is no difference in between the old and the new Pulsar NS200. Harley Davidson Street 750, okay, we'll do a video on the Harley Davidson Street 750 soon. Yes, the CR is the best sedan under rupees 10 lakhs if you're talking about C segment sedans. Otherwise, if you're talking about even compact sedans, then it's the Figo, Aspire, as well as the Ameo. RC390 is not good for racing, it's the best bike for racing. Best petrol car under 5 lakhs, Renault Kwid and the Tata Tiago. KTM 390 Tourer is going to be launched next year. Duke 390 launch, as I said it before, it's going to happen end of the month or first week of March. Madan, you are most welcome. Which bike is best under rupees 2 lakhs? That's the Dominar 400. HX250 launch, I don't know when that's going to happen because from Hero, nothing has been coming. They have been launching Passion iSmart and Splendor iSmarts, and they've just been like putting the iSmart technology in all their bikes, but they're disappointed in terms of performance bikes because they showed the HX250 almost 4 years back and Haster, and you know there's no sign of that coming. If anything is going to be launched this year from Hero in the performance segment, it's going to be the Extreme 200S. Duke 390 is good for touring provided you get used to the hard seat and the stiff suspension. FZ25 Apache 200, I think we can only tell you after we test the FZ25. 200 Duke and 390 Duke are going to be launched together. R15 version 3 is going to be launched by October. Duke 390, like I told you, is going to come by the end of this month. TVS is very serious about the Acura 310. M-Slash is now going to be launched in India. Yes, you can trust Bajaj products. Remember, Bajaj also makes KTM bikes and they are pretty good. RC200 or CBR 250R, depends on your requirement. I would take the RC200 any day. Mahindra Mojo, well, after the Dominar has come, Mahindra Mojo is going to disappear. RTR 310 is going to be launched by April. Best petrol SUV under rupees 12 lakhs, Ford EcoSport EcoBoost. NS 160 launch isn't confirmed for India. Yes, you can buy the Bajaj V, which one? V12 or V15. You cannot add ABS later in the Apache. LG25 is a good bike, but it lacks on performance front. RC390 or R3, you need to see our video. Okay, Mr. Demon only, tell us your question, we are going to reply to it. Acula is going to be launched April. Driving a car is always safer than driving a bike, but riding a bike, there's a different feel altogether. NS200 mileage is between 32 to 35 kilometers per liter. Bajaj V might not suit you for your height, which is 6 feet 1. Within 6 lakh rupees, if you're looking for a car, I would suggest Tata Tiago and the Renault Kwid. Bike for long touring, Dominar 400, KTM obviously over Bajaj any day. Okay, we make a video on riding here. Best bike around rupees 1 lakh, Apache 200 and Pulsar NS200. RS200 or R15 version 3, obviously the R15 version 3, it has a lot of tech in it. Vasu, don't get your son a Duke 390, instead get him a Yamaha R15. It doesn't have much power, but it's going to teach him a lot about motorcycling. You can tour on the Duke 390 for sure. RC is not good for touring and also not good for pillion. Best bike under 1.5 lakhs, Dominar 400. Touring bike for short height person, Apache 200. Mileage of NS 32 to 35 kilometers per liter. RTR will have the similar engine as a G310, which is a 313cc motor, produces 34 horsepower and 28 Newton meters of torque. You cannot produce a TNT exhaust in the R3. You can opt for an acropovic exhaust, which makes the sound much better. And we are coming up with a video in which we will be using an R3 with an acro exhaust. You cannot install ABS on any bike. NS200 would be around 1.1 lakh in Goa. Under 3 lakhs, which will be the best bike in 2007 for practicality, touring and looks, I think that will be the 2017 KTM Duke 390. RTR 180 ABS mileage between 38 to 40 kilometers per liter. Hexa or Creta, different segments. I think Hexa is a better bet. Okay, Isaac, shout out to you. City performance of Duke 390 isn't that great. Haven't you seen our video 5 reasons not to buy a KTM? For short-headed people, best bike, I think Apache is very good. R15 version 3 will come with ABS. Helmet review someone wants from us. We should try and do it soon. We have done it on our website. You should just go to MotorBeam.com and just hit the search there. Concept Aquila will be very different from the production model because they can't get all that carbon fiber on the production bike. It's going to cost a lot. Hexa or XUV 500, I would suggest the Hexa. Vento or Polo, none. Amyam. FZ25 review will come end of this month. Bajaj Avenger 220 Cruise is good for touring. SS400 is now going to be launched anytime soon. Best bike for 6 feet high person, Pulsar 200NS is good for tall riders. Endeavour is cheaper because Ford always does aggressive pricing. TNT 300 and Dominar 400 comparison, there's a lot of price difference. You can get 2 Dominars for the price of 1 TNT 300. Weight of RTR 310 that hasn't been announced. On-road price of NS200 1.1 lakhs. Gixxer or Yamaha FZ2, I would go for the Gixxer. So I guess all you got to do is tell us a reason, write a comment on your own Facebook profile and tell us why you love MotorBeam. And you need to tag our page, which is @MotorBeam, and you need to put the hashtag MotorBeam contest. And we are going to choose 10 winners and we are going to give them MotorBeam goodie bags, which will consist of our stickers as well as t-shirts. So guys, thanks a lot for tuning in live with me, and we have a lot of interesting videos coming out soon. So tomorrow at around 2 o'clock, 5 reasons why you should buy the Dominar 400 over the Duke 390. That video is going to go live. And what is the next video you want to see? Just leave it in the comment section below. Whichever bike you want to see, because we have shot a lot of stuff on Yamahas, on Royal Enfields, very interesting stuff, fanboys. So all that is going to be coming up really soon. And of course, don't forget to tune in to see the Pulsars, which is going to start coming from the Friday, which is around the 10th of this month. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys.